Well, welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. It is 2026. We just left 2025. And we're going to start a Bible study on Exodus. And I thought it was fitting for Exodus to leave 2025 and go to 2026. Because in my mind, Exodus means exit. So exit out of 2025, enter 2026.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I know that. So but I was thinking of the word Exodus, and my mind is it means exit. But I recall a song, I think it's from Bob Marley, that is titled Exodus. And I think there was a band named Exodus back in the 80s, but that's like before your time.
No, it's not.
But what does Exodus really mean? What does that word mean?
I don't know. Coming out of.
See, so we're coming out of 2025. So maybe this is fitting.
Anyway.
Is Exodus... Okay, so I'm going to be honest and say I tried attempting to read Exodus, and I couldn't get past the second paragraph. I got bored really fast. So this is where Michael comes in, and he's really good about teaching me things and, just teaching in general. And so I thought maybe he could lead us today in Exodus. And I think we're going Exodus 1 through 5 today.
Yes.
Okay.
You forgot something, though.
What did I forget?
The fact that this is the second recording because you had it on mute the first time.
Well, we're exiting out of mistakes and entering into corrections. What do you think about that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Go Exodus. Woo! I'm hoping the searches that I've done on Exodus, it says it's a beautiful chapter, and the fact that I couldn't get past paragraph 2, I was a little worried about that. But I'm hoping that you can bring me to the beautifulness.
It's an action movie. There's no beautifulness. It's an action movie.
It's an action movie.
Rated
Exodus.
R.
Oh, oops, sorry, you guys. Rated R.
Oh yeah.
Exodus is rated R?
Oh yeah. There's lots of violence.
Oh gosh. I can't wait. Okay, so this is an action-packed movie. Oh, and I think, before sorry, got everything all twisted here. Before I realized that I muted the last one, I didn't realize that Moses was in Exodus.
Yeah.
I was a little bit silly and thought that he was already discussed in Genesis, but I got him mixed up with Noah. Anyway, so Clueless over here. Woo! So go ahead.
All right. So the first chapter that you couldn't get past is important because it draws back to Genesis and talks about the sons of Jacob that were living in Egypt because there was famine throughout the land, and because of what Joseph did in Genesis where he saved Egypt from famine by saving the grain.
I remember he had a lot of grain. He was getting wealthy.
Yes.
They kicked him out of something?
No.
Somebody got kicked
not
out.
when he was wealthy.
Oh.
When he was a kid, his brothers sold him into slavery, and they took him to Egypt.
Okay, I remember now.
A slave, and so he was, put into prison, and then he was let out of prison because of his God-given ability to decipher dreams.
That's right.
And throughout that, yes, he became wealthy. He became second only to Pharaoh, and was able to secure power and position for his family. So Pharaoh invited the family, let them live in the land so they could survive. And that's where the story picks up, is many hundreds of years later when the new Pharaoh doesn't remember Joseph or anything about him.
Okay.
All he knows is that there's tons and tons of Israelites living in Egypt. And his fear is if they were ever to go to war, that the Israelites would attack them and kill them all. That's his biggest fear.
Okay.
Okay.
So Pharaoh's scared.
Pharaoh is scared.
Okay. And this is new Pharaoh.
This is a new Pharaoh, yes.
Okay.
So he starts oppressing the Israelites, pushing them into hard manual labor, making bricks so that they can make some cities. He gives a command to some Hebrew midwives, whose names were Shiphrah and Puah. And it says, when you act as midwives for the Hebrew women and see them give birth, if it is a boy, kill him. If it is a girl, she may live.
And this is where I was trying to draw the correlation to Herod later.
Yes.
Okay.
And you will see a lot of Christological allusions because Moses was a precursor to that. And, you know, he drew the Israelites out of slavery, whereas Christ brings us out of slavery to our sin. You know, he sacrificed a lot for the Israelites, whereas Jesus sacrificed himself for us. So you'll see a lot of that through here. So Shiphrah and Puah had a fear of God greater than their fear of the Pharaoh, and they let all the babies live. And God dealt well with the midwives. The Pharaoh, though, said, why have you acted thus, allowing the boys to live? And the midwives answered Pharaoh, the Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are robust and give birth before the midwife arrives.
Oh.
So what they were saying is the Hebrew women were giving birth before we even show up, so we don't have a chance to kill the baby.
Okay.
So then Pharaoh commanded all of his subjects, throw into the river every boy that is born to the Hebrews, but you may let the girls live. So then we go into chapter 2. And a certain man of the house of Levi married a Levite woman, and that will come into play much later, who conceived and bore a son. Seeing that he was a goodly child, she hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took a papyrus basket, daubed with bitumen and pitch, and put the child in it, and placed it among the reeds in the river bank. What's interesting to note here is the word that they use for basket in this chapter is the same Hebrew word that they used for the ark in Noah's chapter in Genesis.
And that word was what?
I don't know. I don't speak Hebrew.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had that there. Okay.
No.
Same word.
Just the same word.
Same material.
Not same material.
Oh.
This was made out of papyrus. The ark was made out of
gopher wood.
Very good. All right. Later, Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river, and she finds this basket in the reeds and realizes that it's a Hebrew baby. Moses' older sister was on the riverbank watching, and as soon as she saw Pharaoh's daughter, and it was... So, you know, like most of the movies that we watch, they always make Pharaoh or Moses out to be Pharaoh's adopted son. And it's not the case. He's his adopted grandson in this case.
Oh.
They take a lot of artistic liberties to make things more palatable to the moviegoer, but they don't necessarily stay true to the story.
But Pharaoh was in the same bloodline?
Well, not bloodline because he's adopted.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry, I got
it's
mixed up.
It's Pharaoh's daughter that finds him.
Okay.
So Miriam, his sister, runs down and says, hey, I see you found a baby. Do you want me to have a Hebrew woman to nurse him? And Pharaoh's daughter is like, yes, because you got to, feed the baby. So then Miriam takes Moses back to his own home to be nursed by his mom.
Oh, that's weird.
Why is that weird?
Well, didn't she just give him up?
Yes, but they don't know that that's Moses's.
So she's probably elated. Oh, I got my baby back.
Probably.
I would be elated.
But as he grew up, then Pharaoh's daughter adopted him into her family. so that he would not be killed by Pharaoh.
Okay.
After Moses had grown up, when he visited his kinsmen, he witnessed their forced labor and saw an Egyptian striking a Hebrew, one of his own kinsmen. Looking about and seeing no one, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. He killed him.
And buried him.
But the next day, he went out again, and 2 Hebrews were fighting. So he asked the culprit, "Why are you striking your fellow Hebrew?" But the Hebrew replied back to him, "Who has appointed you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" And then Moses kind of freaked out because he's like, "Oh my gosh, everybody knows." Pharaoh finds out and decides that he's going to kill him, his own adopted grandson. He's going to kill him because he killed this Egyptian. Moses fled and stayed in the land of Midian. And again, I still don't know where that is, and I haven't looked at a map. As he was seated by a well, 7 daughters of a priest of Midian came to draw water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. But some shepherds came and drove them away. So there was always competition, especially over resources like water in the desert. So these shepherds were trying to drive the women away because they didn't have a man to help defend them. And so Moses gets up and he defends them and shoos the shepherds away. The girls leave, go back to their father, and like, this guy, he totally helped us out so we could water the flocks. And their father...
Water the flocks.
What?
Water the flocks?
Water the flocks, yes.
Okay.
No, not the flocks.
I got this image of a hose and you're watering like sheep.
No.
No?
No.
You're not watering the sheep. You're just giving them water.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you made me lose my place. Jethro, which was the girl's father.
Not Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull. Jethro then says, "Well, where is this guy? Why did you leave him by the well?" And they all go out to see him, and eventually he marries the oldest daughter, Zipporah.
Why?
Dogs.
Stop. Keep going. Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
They're getting a little unruly, and I don't know why.
Because it's time for bed.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
It's time for bed. There you go. Now, where was I?
Jethro Tull.
Oh, so... Yeah, so he marries Zipporah. She bears him a son, whom he named Gershom, for he said, "I am a stranger in a foreign land." And Gershom actually means stranger.
That's a good name.
Go.
Naming your kid Stranger. Hey, Stranger.
Yes. So, as he's out tending the flock for his father-in-law, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a fire flaming out of a bush. And as Moses looked on, he was surprised to see that the bush, though on fire, was not consumed. So Moses says, "I must go over and look at this remarkable sight and see why the bush is not burned." The Lord saw him coming over to look at it more closely, and God called out to him from the bush, "Moses, Moses," and Moses answered, "Here I am." And God says, "Come no nearer, for you are standing on holy ground."
But I was going to say, where was he that's holy ground?
Mount Horeb.
I don't know what that means.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's a mountain.
Okay. A mountain of holy ground.
It's holy ground because of God being there.
Oh, okay. Not
for any specific reason other than that.
Okay.
So he says, "I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Moses said, Moses hid his face, and then the Lord said, "I have witnessed the affliction of my people in Egypt and heard their cry of complaint against their slave drivers. so I know well what they are suffering. Therefore I have come down to rescue them from the hands of the Egyptians and lead them out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the country of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites,
Parasites?
Perizzites,
Not parasites.
Parasites, Hivites, and Jebusites.
Oh, those are a lot of ites.
They are. They're named after the people who started each tribe.
Okay.
So Moses then says, "Yeah, but who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and lead the Israelites out of Egypt?" God said, "I will be with you, and you shall, and this shall be your proof that it is I who have sent you. When you bring my people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this very mountain." But because Moses likes to argue, Moses said to God, "When I go to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you,' if they ask me, 'What is his name?' what am I to tell them?" And God says, "I am who I am. This is what you shall tell the Israelites: I am sent me to you." Basically revealing his name as Yahweh to Moses. Here we go. So they back and forth about what he's supposed to do, and Moses still continues to argue and says, "But I speak with a faltering tongue." The gist of it is, in all the movies we see that Moses is this deep and powerful and eloquent speaker. And again, that's that artistic license. Because if you think about it, the way it's written in the Bible, Moses stuttered. So he would have had a hard time convincing anybody to do anything with any kind of authority if he has a speech impediment. And God is like, "I'm the one who made you. I can help fix that, But he's like, "Fine, I'll send your brother Aaron, who is a Levite."
A-aron?
No, Aaron. Not A-aron.
Okay.
So Aaron is a Levite of the tribe of Levite, which is the priestly caste later down the road.
So Aaron is a priest.
Aaron is acting as the priest.
Aaron is older or younger?
Older brother.
Okay.
At least we believe he was an older brother. And Moses, again, that Christological significance is that go between God and the people, works through the priest to get done what he needs to get done.
So Aaron is speaking on his behalf.
Yes.
Like Moses is telling him what to say.
Moses is telling him what God tells Moses what to say.
Oh, gotcha. So it's like that's a big telephone line there.
Big game of telephone, yes.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure you can't mess up what God says or he's going to mess you up.
That's true.
Yeah.
True that.
So in chapter 5 here, Moses, or just before chapter 5, Moses returns to Egypt and meets Aaron and explains what they're going to do. They meet with the elders. But Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, "Thus says the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may celebrate a feast to me in the desert." Pharaoh answered, "Who is the Lord, that I should heed his plea to let Israel go? I do not know the Lord, and even if I did, I would not let Israel go." They replied, "The God of the Hebrews has sent us word. Let us go a 3 days' journey into the desert, that we may offer sacrifice to the Lord our God. Otherwise he will punish us with pestilence or the sword." The king of Egypt answered them, "What do you mean, Moses and Aaron, by taking the people away from their work? Off to your labor. Look how numerous the people of the land are already," continued Pharaoh. "And yet you would give them rest from their labor." So initially, Moses and Aaron aren't asking them to free the Israelites. They're just asking to go out 3 days into the desert, worship God. That's it.
Okay. Kind of like a mini retreat.
Yeah, but God is hardening Pharaoh's heart for the point of proving things to the Israelites, proving how much they need God, proving that it's his power that is allowing all of this to happen and bringing them out of it. It's not just Moses doing it.
But Pharaoh's like, I don't believe what you're saying, or...
Well, he doesn't know God. He worships a pantheon of Egyptian gods, Osiris, Isis, Ra, all those.
Okay. Interesting. This is where the song "Let My People Go" come from. Let my people go.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
So, towards the end of chapter 5, Pharaoh decides, because he's ticked off, he decides that he's going to make the Israelites make their bricks, but without any straw.
And what would that do? Make
Well,
the bricks
the
not...
straw helps
strong?
hold the clay together. So without straw, your bricks are much more fragile, and would fall apart. And so they're still expected to make their daily quota, though. This is all just about oppression.
But why do they just not have the straw, or is it?
No, he's just
a
doing
lesson?
it because he's ticked off.
Oh, he wants them to fail.
Yes.
He's setting them up to fail.
Yes.
That's just mean.
Well, he's not a nice guy.
I don't like Pharaoh.
I don't think we're supposed to.
Okay.
So, and much like what happens throughout the rest of Exodus, the Israelites knew what had happened. They decided that it was Moses and Aaron who brought this pain upon them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord
it's like a punishment.
Yeah, and they said to them, "The Lord look on you and judge you, for you have brought unto us into bad odor with Pharaoh and his servants, and have put a sword in their hands to slay us." Moses again had recourse to the Lord and said, "Why do you treat the people so badly? And why did you send me on such a mission? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has maltreated the people of yours, and you have done nothing to rescue them."
Oh, Moses is telling God this.
Oh yeah, Moses has got a set on him. He's brave what he tells God. That's the end of chapter 5. So we'll have to read more next week.
I don't know if I'd be that brave.
I wouldn't. Although maybe we are, just in a different way.
That's true, because we don't really... I mean, I wish that God would speak to me sometimes in like clear, and like be like in my face. But I guess we do have like doubts and questions, and we're questioning things all the time. And it's like, is this the plan? We don't know the plan. Is that the way you want me to go, or this way? Yeah. So we do that a lot, but I don't know if I've ever really argued. I guess I don't know if that's the right word, but how do you argue when you don't have that direct conversation like that? But okay, Sophie. So we are sorry. We're at the point where they're still trying to make the bricks, but now they're getting set. So okay, I was just gonna ask what's gonna happen, but I guess we'll find out.
You'll find out.
What's gonna happen to these bricks?
See, now you're on the hook.
I'm on the hook. So what are they building?
Cities.
Just houses and buildings and
buildings for cities.
Pyramids?
Probably not.
Okay. Because we're not in Egypt, right?
Well, we're in Egypt, but it's a different time period from when the pyramids were built.
Oh, I see. Teepees? No teepees?
Oh, Lord.
Okay. I'm just trying to visualize.
Why would they have teepees?
I don't know.
They have teepees in the Great Plains of America.
I don't know. I just think teepees are fun.
Oh, gosh.
But okay, they're just building houses. Okay, that's fun. All right. Well, that's it for today then, I guess, huh?
That's it.
All right, we got to put the dogs to bed. Apparently one is really ready over here. All right, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Gonna get attacked by the dogs. You can't stop it.